if you're having trouble meditating, or maybe you've given up on it, just sit with me for a few minutes. I'm going to share a few things that I think can help get you back on track. I'm just going to share what I do, and I think you'll find them helpful. And it's important because, I talk all the time about letting go of an emotion in the moment. But if you just let it go and never come back to it, then what's going to happen in this situation next time? Same thing's going to happen, right? So it's important for us to sit down and allow our heart to speak to us, and our higher self and our guides to say, like, here was the lesson in that, and this is what needs to be looked at. So I want to help you get to that place so it doesn't feel like such a chore. And the first thing that I do, honestly, the first thing I do is stretch. Because if I sit down and I'm like, oh, my back needs to crack, that's very distracting. So I stretch and make sure my neck's cool and my back. Then clear your space. Clear physical clutter. Set a clutter boundary. You can clear the energy simply by, you can sing, you can ring a bell, you can clap. That kind of intentional sound will dispel negative energy. People use Palo Santo, people use incense, however you want to do it. But the intention is also very important. You set your space, set your timer. Did I say that already? I've done this video like 15 times, but set a timer so you can kind of flow into whatever time you have available for you. And then just sit quietly. And people use mudras and do whatever. I am not that skilled to teach you about those, but sit quietly. Ask your guides, your angels, your higher self to please join you. Set this little sacred space and intention. And just say, I'm calling in my higher self and my guides and my angels, and I ask that you join me, and please show me, or here's my intention. And then I like to add, please only allow what is for the highest good of me and for the collective to come in and come through. So you set this sacred space. It's free of energetic clutter, free of physical clutter. You have your timer set, you have your boundaries. No one's going to disturb you. So now you can just kind of relax into this. And I start by breathing. Even if all you do is just let your exhale get longer than your inhale. Sorry, I'm doing it in my by myself. Let your exhale get longer than your inhale, and you'll feel yourself kind of come out of that fight or flight and just get back into your body. And if you can rest at the end of your exhale, that's kind of a magical point. Don't hold your breath, but if you can just exhale and just kind of rest there before you inhale again. So now you're coming out of fight or flight. You're ready to kind of settle in and receive any messages that are for you. So look, but kind of feel around and see, does my heart feel heavy? Does my solar plexus, is there any kind of energy that's feeling kind of stuck? And just breathe into that area. And I think of it as kind of expanding it and dispelling any of that stuck energy. It feels good to do it. So you're breathing into these areas and asking them to expand, and what needs to come up. And here's where I think we run into not a problem, but we think so much about not thinking about anything that if a thought comes up, we immediately go, I'm not thinking about anything. But that might be the message that you're waiting for. So if you're in this beautiful state, and then all of a sudden this little, oh, listen to what happened yesterday and I was mad about it, kind of bubbles up to the surface, that might be the message for you. Trust that that's the message for you, and say, oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that actually put me into a space where I was feeling rejected. And why was I feeling rejected? And this video could go on and on, but if we want to talk about how to then deal with that, then we can talk about that too. But in the moment, don't automatically, let the mind chatter kind of blow away, and then what comes up is what comes up. So don't automatically kick it to the curb, okay? And then just watch your body. I know for me, I'm constantly doing this. So I do yoga with Adrienne, and she says, tag a little weight in your elbows. And that helps me so much. Anyway, just kind of keep watching and make sure that you're not collecting tension anywhere. What comes up. And if you want to journal about it later on, you can. Sorry, I keep stopping and just like breathing. It works. Yeah, and then at the end, you can just kind of thank your guides and your higher self for coming through, and then just kind of close your space and just bring it all back in and just sit with it. And then just let that feeling ride with you, ride that wave. Okay? All right. I hope I said everything, and I'm sorry this is long, but I will talk to you later. I'm sending you so much love. My course is live on asoulunfolding.com, and much love.